In 2024, we have seen the rise in popularity for simplified Chinese Pokémon cards, as many collectors have branched out and opened sets like Nine Colors Gathering with the Evolutions, or Primordial Martial Arts with the exclusive Blastoise and Venusaur cards. But besides the explosive popularity of simplified Chinese Pokémon cards, I don't hear too much discussion about South Korean Pokémon cards lately, besides from Opossum Bud and a few others, that is.
Wow! I didn't know there was a South Korean.
Korean Pokémon cards are a great alternative to collecting Japanese cards, especially since the sets are pretty much identical, aside from the odd card numbering here and there. However, due to the gravitation towards English Pokémon cards and a decreased interest for Japanese cards in the Scarlet and Violet era, Korean Pokémon cards have seen a similar decrease in interest. But nonetheless, I'm not going to let the lull stop me from opening the latest Korean Pokémon release, Night Wanderer. As mentioned in the previous videos, Korean Pokémon releases will always be about 1 to 2 months behind the Japanese releases. But if you just wanted to open these sets for fun at a much more affordable price, Korean is a great language of Pokemon cards to open. But remember, the SR is not guaranteed. Okay, so it's been a minute since we've opened any Korean Pokemon booster boxes. It's been quite a while, so let's get straight into opening Night Wanderer. We still have our Pokemon card game shrink wrap, as you can see. That started, I believe, with Crimson Haze, so they've kept that going. No Pokeball shrink wrap like we see in simplified Chinese and other languages. And we have our rip tab here, similar to Japanese. It's cool to see that they kept that there. But yeah, the Korean version released very late compared to the Japanese version. That was absolutely rough, but it's okay. We have 30 booster packs, 5 cards per pack, typical set. SR guaranteed as mentioned before. And yes, I'm chasing after any of the Kantaro art, the special art rares, or special illustration rares as you like to say in English. Of course, a lot of you guys are going to recognize these cards from Shrouded Fable in English that they just come out early August. This released in Korea a week later, August 9th, at least internationally. Korea have this interesting thing where if you are in Korea and you go to a Pokemon official card shop, you can get this a week early, but only within Korea. Someone like me would have to wait a week. So, of course, got it after August 9th, but that's okay. But pretty much the card list is pretty much identical, except for like 5 cards more in English in Shrouded Fable. So this one, for Korean, there's 94 cards in total, including the secret rares. We have Blood Moon Ursaluna, very nice, like that artwork. And in English, you have 99. So the only card difference is really, I believe, are 2 gold energies in English. And then they threw in the 3 art rares of the Loyal 3, so Okidogi, Monkey Dory, and Pheasantipede from Mask of Change. Of course, in English, it's not in this set, the Korean version or Japanese version. But yeah, it's interesting how they've also turned that into a special set in English. There's no booster box for it. The card list is a lot smaller than usual, because with English sets, they tend to combine the Asian language sets, you know, specifically Japanese and of course Korean, because they follow each other pretty much. Very cute fan artwork. And you know, big chases like Cassiopeia, really it's Penny, revealed later on in the game. Oh my gosh, I forget how sparkly these EX cards are. It's very interesting too, because this Kingdra had an interesting release in English. Of course, it's still pullable from Shrouded Fable, but there's a collection box for Shrouded Fable that came with a beautiful special art featuring Kingdra EX. I'm not sure how it's going to release in the Asian languages. I'm very jealous because I'd love to see that special art also release in the Asian languages. It's currently only English and the European languages. You know, anything that follows the English release in collection boxes. Absolutely gorgeous card with the waves. Reminds me of that famous Japanese painting with the huge wave. But yeah, super cool to see some sort of language difference. I see the Pokemon International is trying to diversify their products too. Perhaps they've seen the success with the simplified Chinese Pokemon products. They've done their own thing, gained a lot of attention internationally, not just within mainland China. So interesting to see what else they'll do moving forward. But yeah, Desnois, there's a lovely art rare of the whole Duskull line by James Turner. First Western Pokemon designer, I believe. Again, just to repeat, I believe I spoke about this in the Japanese opening of Night Wanderer. Designed a lot of Pokemon, including Tatsugiri and Dondozo. I think that's super cool. He also helped with the design of Shadow Lugia, actually. So, big fan of that individual. Cool to see him actually release artwork for Pokemon cards. It doesn't do that very often. It does more designing of Pokemon than actual Pokemon card artwork. He has his own studio now, I believe. I think he severed ties already with Game Freak Nintendo Pokemon. Very nice Terra card, Revavroom. Electric type, interestingly enough. Usually a poison and steel type, but again, that's the nature of the Terra Pokemon cards. Reminds me a lot of the Delta species when they would just shift the types but that makes it interesting. Even in the games, that happens too. You can Terra type shift to another type, or you can have the same original type. Alright, Osade Zubat. I love this art style. Same artist who did the Tatsugiri art rare. Would have been interesting if James Turner actually did a Pokemon card art of Tatsugiri, since he's the one who designed that Pokemon in general. Very nice. Oh, artwork by Zoroark. I love the red moon in the back. Kind of matches the vibe of Blood Moon Ursaluna too, in a way. So I like how themed this all is. Of course, Blood Moon Ursaluna was originally introduced in Crimson Haze, but brought back as a holo in this set, so it kind of keeps the whole dark theme going. I like this Eevee card. It's really pretty with all the flowers. It's, you know, Eevee is a normal type, so, you know, and the card is a normal type, so when you put a lot of colors on it, it really pops. Hence why the Radiant Eevee is a beautiful card too, the Simplified Chinese exclusive from Charming Stars. And we have Sylveon, kind of like a dark mood, which also matches the whole Night Wanderer kind of scheme, so I think that's really nice, or theme. Very nice. Has a very, if that was a card, like a full art card, that would be a nice Dark Sylveon card in my opinion. Of course, we already had a Dark Sylveon promo release for Celebrations, but that would have been a nice another artwork, alternate artwork for that. Alright, we have, one of the EXs. We have Fezandipity, one of the Loyal 3. It's super sparkly, even as a dark type, because sometimes with the dark typing cards, sometimes the holo foil doesn't really pop too much, especially the reverse holos. But this is no exception, it is an exception, I'm sorry, because wow, that sparkle really just screams at you. I brought back my Ogerpon sleeves because I felt like it was still on theme with the DLC. The Ogerpon is definitely very tied to these three, and also Pecharunt in the middle, that little rascal causing lots of chaos in the DLC. The Chicken Dance, if you remember me talking about it. We have Absol. I love this Decidueye art, by the way, by Dom. A lot of their artwork just has really cool angles, and also the color palette of this just really pops. I love the plants. I have a plant in the back here. Reminds me of that too. I would love to see this as a whole full art actually. And also very nice Kyurem card. And also guys, I'm not going to expect any SR. You know, remember it's a Korean set. Usually that's the case. And yes, I've had plenty of booster boxes also on YouTube where I'd have booster boxes without a secret rare. People still to this day love to debate with me that all their boxes have SRs, but I've had my fair share. Also, I love this artwork by Ren. Any Ren artwork I'm a big fan of. I just love their technique with putting things out of focus, because it just makes the Pokemon pop so much. Beautiful Houndour. And I believe the Zoro artwork by Ren is also in this set. Many reasons to like Night Wanderer. I know people like to sleep on this, but you know, lots of love for Shrouded Fable I've seen, so that's pretty awesome. Again, very interesting how Pokemon have released no booster box for that set in English, but they just put it throughout different products, like how they did with Hidden Fates, Shining Fates, etc. Hypno. But yes, and also to repeat, if you're new to Korean Pokemon cards, some just basics to throw down. These are printed in South Korea, hence why the SR isn't guaranteed. Pokemon Korea just market their products in their own unique way. So that's one thing. They have international backings too. Any card not in Japanese will have that. We have lots of nice trainers in this set too, like Janine. We have Cassiopeia, as mentioned earlier, Zerosic, and also Colress. A lot of like dark mood kind of trainers, which is really interesting. Again, good theme set in my opinion. We have Dusclops, Kufand. I love to see the Dusclops artwork. We haven't actually seen any yet, which is really interesting. Oh, look at that. I spoke too soon. Now we have Beware. This is an absolutely terrifying card. It's a really good artwork, I'll admit. But it's like, I've never seen a card where I'm both like amused by how cute it is, but also how scary it looks. Like that menacing shadow, like holy crap. And also the sunlight. It kind of gives you a bit of hope, but at the same time, you just can't help but feel like you're about to be bashed by this Beware. Beware the Beware. But yeah, very nice art rare to pull. Let's carefully put that in his sleeve. Let's not piss off the Beware and get punched in the face. Let's keep going. All right. What else did I like to pull? I have to say the special art rares of the Loyal 3, Okidoki, Fezandipity, and Munkidori. I like how Kantaro like drew all three of them, plus also the Pecharunt special art rare, and kept a whole like zoomed in look. It's something very different from what we've seen from any other special art rare. I know right now maybe it's not everyone's cup of tea. It's not as like glamorous or sparkly or crazy looking, but I think in time it'll definitely age well, because when you look at the card from afar, it really pops. Like if you just looked at it from a binder, I think it would just look really nice. I don't know, it's very neat. The colors are very bold, and the artwork also captures the characteristics of the Pokemon quite well. But yeah, let's keep going here too. Also, they released an interesting artwork of Petron, I think, as a promo in the ETB, which we haven't seen, and also in the Asian languages. So Pokemon International and English are just going their own path too, really diversifying releases. Okie dokie! Again, another super sparkly holo foil. I hope you guys can see that too. Holy cow! Pokemon Korea changing it up, because I swear too, in the beginning of Scarlet and Violet, the holo foil was definitely not that prominent. The sparkles were not like that loud, but maybe they wanted more attention. Maybe Pokemon cards in Korea were not getting enough love, so they're like, you know what, let's make it louder. Also, this horsey art is very cute. I have to say, the bold outline is really nice on there. Wait. Wow, as I'm talking about those special arts, I got blessed by this box. I'm very happy. Again, Kantaro is one of my favorite artists. Again, as someone who's involved in artwork a lot, like I illustrate a lot of things myself. I'm actually designing merch for the channel if you guys want to stay tuned for that. Be around for that drop. But I have to say, like, it's hard to pick a favorite artist, but I'll always love Kantaro's artwork. It's just so clean. The angle choice is very cool, like coming from behind Pheasantipede. We have a lot of ass with Pokemon special arts. Lugia was one of them. This is another one of them, Pheasantipede. But yeah, super nice on the sparkle. Again, Korean card texturing is going to be very different from the Japanese card texturing. Please keep that in mind. It's its own unique cardstock. It's more similar to English, but even still, it's also very different. Like, it's not going to have the same kind of sparkle. The quality of the English sparkle on the special artworks almost looks like it's digital, which is really interesting. Whereas the Asian languages have more of a natural look with the sparkle. But yeah, wow. Smash the like button, guys, if you haven't already, because especially with Korean booster boxes, special artworks don't come easily like that. Also, if you want your own box, by the way, check out my web store, KrystalKollectz.com. I have some boxes available. So if you still feel like opening, you know, Night Wanderer in maybe Korean, you want to give it a try, this is a great set to open, in my opinion. Especially if you played the DLC, you enjoyed it, you like the Paldean Pokemon. These three, if you want to open a nicely themed set, this is a great one. I've definitely loved all the DLC themed sets, ranging from Crimson Haze to Mask of Change to this now. Cresselia Art Rare. We're finally getting into our art rares. Usually you get 3 per booster box, so very pretty. Haven't pulled this one yet. So very nice, by Satoma. Absolutely nice pastel colors. I think it captures Cresselia's character very well, you know, or nature, whatever you want to call it. Let's keep going though. Holy cow, very happy with this box. It's good to be back, guys. Sorry also again too, this is a bit late of a release. I have been working on, you know, designing my own merch. I'm illustrating everything myself, by the way. I'm trying to create nice variety. You guys have been so supportive all throughout the years. I think it's about time that I finally release some cool merch, you know, themed after me, and you know, memoirs of the channel. If you guys have been sticking around for a long time, it's my way of giving back to you guys, so you have something tangible from the whole KrystalKollectz brand, and also following lots of different Pokemon card languages. Alright, but let's keep going though. There's still lots of cards to appreciate, like this Kawaii art of Copper Raja. Very nice, very consistent style with the paint strokes and kind of like dark theme, or you know, I don't know what else to call it. There's like so many different words you can use to describe Kawaii's artwork. Lugia special art from Silver Tempest is another example of Kawaii's artwork. It just has like a gloomy, but like very artistic and very intense sort of feel to it at the same time. Oh, Anasaki Dynamic Toxicrow, very nice. And there's Zerosik, one of the trainers you can actually pull from the set. But yeah, if it wasn't one of the special art rare Pokemon, the Cassiopeia would have looked super nice too in person, I guarantee you. Very nice special art rare. I think it's absolutely genius what they did with the design of like the holograms on the actual card. Oh, art rare number 3. And this is the one I really wanted to pull. I did not pull it in Japanese, so very happy to get it. Finally, the Houndoom by Taiga Kasai. So this individual was one of the winners of the 2022 illustration contest. They drew the Greninja, and I love the art style. Like, it really captures the dark, like, typing and, you know, I guess attitude or nature of Houndoom. There's a whole pack of Houndoom. It was really intense. I wouldn't want to be in the presence of these Houndooms, but it's definitely a lovely card to admire. Very different art style, no bold outlines. It looks like a very very hand-drawn look. Not something you see all the time. because, you know, with a lot of digital art styles nowadays, that's definitely a nice blessing to have. So very happy to pull that Houndoom art rare. Here's that guaranteed A-spec card. Love the pink, love the texturing, and again, it's going to be thicker than the Japanese version. So this is one of the textured cards you'll get from the booster box. Again, you're guaranteed at least one. But let's keep going. 3 packs left, guys. I've had a really fun time with Night Wanderer. It's treated me well. Definitely treated me better than Crimson Haze. My gosh, I've opened so many boxes of that set and just pulled not really too much, but it's okay. It was a really fun set to open, but I think my luck just got better throughout the Scarlet and Violet era. And we have Petra, the main mascot of the set. It's really funny. It's just literally firing mochi. I know it doesn't obviously look like mochi from afar, but yeah, it looks like pink donuts, I guess you can say. Oh, it's actually, that's its chain, but on the pack art, it's firing mochi, as you can see. Mind controlling mochi that makes you do a chicken dance. All right, very intense sparkle there once again. All right, that's pretty cool to pull in the third to last pack. I'm not expecting much. We already got our 3 art rares, and we got our cool pull. If you didn't check it out, be sure to watch throughout the video, because, you know, those SRs or secret rares aren't guaranteed. So when you pull a really good one, it's such a good feeling. Alright guys, last pack. Again, thank you so much all for your support. I hope you enjoyed this video. And again, if you want to get your own booster box of Night Wanderer, or really I have other Korean Pokemon booster boxes too, and other languages like Japanese, Simplified Chinese, etc. Be sure to check it out if you haven't already. KrystalKollectz.com. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.